Hey, yo, you don't have to love me. You don't even have to like me. But you will respect me. You know why? 'Cause I'm a boss.
Hey guys, this is Nikki Johnson with URL Radio, and we are doing another Boss Babes segment. And I'm here with Sherry Sandstead from Harmony Stables. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks.
Good.
Thank you.
This is so awesome. We got here and you had a gal out here riding a horse, and it just looked so majestic. So, can you tell us about what you're doing out here?
Absolutely. You know, this whole place started with a series of serendipitous events. It involved a borrowed book and a horse named Sunny and an unplanned phone call and a swing and a prayer is basically how this started. So long story short, you know what, we just are here to offer horses to the community, and a lot of people have had horses in their life or want to learn more about horses, or maybe had horses when they were growing up but just don't have access to them anymore, or kids in the community that want horses but just aren't afforded that lifestyle. So we give people that opportunity to come out and learn more about horses, learn more about horse care. We provide adult education and children's education through horse camps and things. And then we also do a lot of equine learning events to all different ages in the community. So we give people, this is basically our organic classroom, and we allow the horses to become the teacher in that process.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a really cool experience to see people transform through all of that. So anything you want to learn about a horse, we're here to provide that education.
So I'm guessing you grew up with horses.
This is a serendipitous series of events. No, I grew up at the mall.
Wow.
Yeah, I grew up at the mall. I didn't get a chance to grow up with horses. There was something tugging at my heartstrings that I couldn't let go. And it was all those four things that I mentioned earlier that just started coming about, that I was like, I have to do something about this because there's something here. And I know if I don't, I'm going to regret it. And I knew I couldn't stay stuck in the fear.
When did you get started here?
2011 March, right before the flood. And that's kind of what, all of a sudden what started as just maybe we'll just have a few horses. There was suddenly a need in the community. There was trauma going on in the community with people losing their homes, having no place for their horses overnight. So suddenly we had to grow overnight because of those purposes. And from there it just blossomed. It really did, and pretty soon it's like, hey, do you teach riding lessons? And hey, do you have, we want to have a ladies' night out there. Can you do retreats for women? And hey, do you have, what about, horse camps? And are you doing anything like that? So it just grew.
So you do all those things?
We do.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's fun.
Okay, so one of the things you told me was how you can read a person by how a horse reacts around them. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sometimes it's just a matter of getting that feeling of if that person is comfortable with a 1,200-pound beast that's staring at them. And that can be kind of a scary and intimidating process,
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of that is just working through that with that person. And sometimes they're super comfortable, but they don't really have a good sense for how the horse feels, that maybe that horse isn't really ready for that strong of a relationship yet. So it's a matter of working through all of that and kind of getting an understanding to go between both the horse and the human.
That's
Or
great.
the kids. And the kids, too.
So are you like the horse whisperer?
No, I'm not going to say I am. Some people call me that, but I'm going to say no. People are like, oh, you're like Amy on Heartland. I'm like, no, I'm not.
How many horses do you have out here?
We board horses out here.
Okay.
That is one of our main businesses out here. And we run anywhere between 35 to 40 horses at a time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I won't answer you how many I own.
So they're not all here?
No,
Or
they're all here. They're all here. Just some people will say to me, so how many of them are yours? And that's just a secret.
all of them.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not.
Awesome. Okay, so if somebody's new to riding a horse or coming in contact with a horse, what are some tips or tools that you give to people?
Sign up for our classes. We are actually doing adult education classes right now through BSC. We're doing a 5-week course specifically for adults who do want to learn more about care of horses, taking care of horses, ownership of horses, boarding, leasing, first aid, and the basics of riding. We just finished a couple of those classes, and now we're offering an advanced class. And there's going to be more in-depth to that, like trailer loading and first aid and yoga on horseback and those kinds of things.
Yoga on
Yeah.
horseback.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
really cool. There's a lot of overlay between, say, martial arts and yoga and horseback riding, because all of it is about finding center and balance.
Okay.
And that has to do with our lives as well, about being
Yeah.
centered and balanced and being grounded.
Can you tell me how to balance my life?
No, we're not doing life coaching right now, sweetheart. Shoot, ride a horse. Come on, ride.
I'm kidding. So you said you're booked through, what did you say, February?
We have events and activities going on basically scheduled through November, the middle of November. Our last event before we break for the cold season is a Veterans Day Appreciation event, which is coming up on Sunday, November 12th.
Cool.
And then we're going to have a little bit of a break, and then we'll start back up again in probably late January, early February. And we've got that camp starting, the adult horse camp starting again in March. Lessons will start right away in February. So, and then we'll just pick it up from there. We'll have clinics and stuff, educational programs, and we might do a few retreats here and there. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
So what would you say to any person, woman who is looking to start their own business or venture out on something cool like this? What would you say on how to get started? Any advice?
I just think that there's something to be said about sometimes we get stuck in the fear
Yeah.
and not wanting to make that leap. And I think you sometimes just have to do it even when it's just scary as all get out. You have to do it. And know that things may not turn out exactly as you plan, but being willing to listen to people that have maybe more experience and knowledge than you, and be willing to open up the doors to new possibilities and just go for it.
Best way to contact us is through our website at harmonystables.com. It lists all of our programs that we have coming up and everything we've got going on at the barn. So that's probably the easiest way to contact us and find out what's going on out here.
Watch the